This is Zarima, and when I'm in Boston, I always tune into Boston Unmuted with Public Announcement, Anthony Cook, and Bree.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jackie Elise, and when I'm in Boston, I always tune into Boston Unmuted. DJ Blacks always drops hits.
Tune to Boston Unmuted. This is J Music.
DJ Blacks always drop hits.
What's up? This is Kira, man. When I'm in Boston, I always tune into Boston Unmuted with Public Announcement and Anthony Cook. Keep it locked, don't go nowhere. Alright, man, you already know what it is, man. This your boy Kira, man. Turn up one time. You now rocking with Boston Unmuted, man. Keep it locked, man. 100. DJ Anthony Cook. You already know what it is. Keep it locked. Pay attention. You know what it is, man. So keep it locked. 100. And you now rocking with 104.9 WRBB Radio, man. Keep it locked.
Beantown forever. Boston. 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 You get your hands up. Boston is what I represent. Boston. Y'all remember Beantown forever. Y'all remember Boston is what I represent. Y'all remember Beantown forever. Y'all remember Boston is what I represent.
Welcome to the show called 4 Bats, 2 Balls, where we swing 2 large bats and have 4 medium-sized balls, and we're going to entertain you guys. We're going to have a little introduction on the show. This is me, Core.
What's up, y'all? I don't know what my man Core just said, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, first and foremost, this is your boy Public Announcement, and we're in the building here on Boston Unmuted Radio. 617. Tune in every day. But this is the 4 Balls, 2 Bats show where we're swinging for the fences every show, all day, every day. So, Core, what's good with you, man? How you been?
I've been all right, man. I've been maintaining, just kind of doing my own little thing, trying to sort out life, trying to just get things together. That's pretty much it, man. Enjoying the nice day outside. It is a beautiful day. I heard we're supposed to get some stormy, rocky weather later on, but right now it's pretty nice outside.
You know, one thing about being in Boston, man, you never know what's going on with this weather, man. It is crazy. 1 minute it's nice, the next minute you step outside, it's cold. Tomorrow it's rainy, the next thing is snowing. So you never know what's going on, man.
No, like they always say, if you're not sure about the Boston weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Definitely.
You'll definitely see a change there.
Absolutely. But you know what? Hey, remember, this is your boy Public Announcement. We're here on the 4 Balls, 2 Bats shows coming every week here on Boston Unmuted Radio. I'm telling you, dude, I can't wait. Hey, what's some of the things you want to talk about on the show?
And there's a lot of things I want to delve into. I know over the last couple weeks, there's been the whole Kanye West controversy when he made his comments about slavery on TMZ. Then, of course, we want to touch on the whole Bill Cosby fiasco and just a lot of other things that pop up, whether it be sports related, politics, whatever, you name it, we'll talk about it, but I'm looking forward to this show. I'm looking forward to definitely engaging in some conversation and some good banter, man. I really am.
Hey, listen, this dude always want to bring up the English dictionary, banter. It must be his word of the week or something. When did you read that, man?
I read that back in '84 when I was in elementary school.
Lies.
I was a very, very smart student. Very, very smart.
Yeah, he finished C in the class.
That's all right.
But check it. Here on 4 Balls, 2 Bats. I'm telling you, man, we're going to have a lot of fun, man. We're going to have so much fun because here's the thing we want to do. We want to bring you the up-and-coming things that you want to talk about, things that you want to hear, things that you want to have 4 Balls and 2 Bats discuss. So you can hit us up on Facebook on Boston Unmuted Radio. But remember, this is the 4 Balls, 2 Bats show with Core and Public Announcement. So, hey, Core, I heard you wrote a book recently, actually 2 of them. You're going to be discussing that on the show in the future, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a good read. I did write 2 books, and I'm currently working on 2 more. The first one that I had published, it's called Fooled Me Twice. No, Fooled Me Once, Shame on Me. No, I'm all confused.
Yeah, he is all. He has 4 bats and 2 balls. That's what he's confused about.
No, it's called Fool Me Once, Shame on You. Fool Me Twice, Shame on Me. And it pretty much discusses what a lot of us men go through. You know, a lot of brothers out there who are, quote unquote, baby daddies. It just discussed the plight of a young man who had 2 children by 2 different women, and it kind of chronicles the different things that he goes through and the different trials and tribulations. So it's a good read. You should definitely check it out. And the next one I wrote is called Poetic Food for the Mind, Body, and Soul. So in that one is just basically a bunch of different poetry that I've written and included in there. It can talks about a lot of random things, relationships, heartbreak, random stuff. There's a lot of funny stuff in there, but you should definitely check it out. It's a good read. It's on Amazon for those of you who'd like to check it out. Poetic Food for the Mind, Body, and Soul. And Fool Me Once, Shame on You. Fool Me Twice, Shame on Me. I also have it on my Facebook page. It's under author C.A. Sanders. You can definitely take a look at the books and excerpts from the book on that page, and you can also order from there. There's an Amazon link on the page. You could definitely check it out. But it's a good read. A lot of good reviews so far. You know, I want to appreciate everyone who has contributed and supported and, bought the book. So, definitely much love and appreciation to you guys.
Hey, one thing I want to say, man. Listen, go grab this man's book, man, because from I've known him, he's always been a phenomenal author, man. And I big shout outs to him that he's, he has the courage to go ahead and write, a story of this magnitude. So definitely go out there and support him. Yo, I got a question for you though. Did you watch the Kentucky Derby?
Did I watch the Kentucky Derby? Kentucky Derby? No, I didn't watch it. I don't really get into those things.
Hey, you know what's the funny thing about the Kentucky Derby? Everybody's like 5'0" and 110 pounds.
That is true. A lot of the jockeys are very diminutive in stature. They're very short, very light. I envy them because me personally, even being a big dude, I wouldn't ride on a horse no matter how big or how small I am. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Mm-mm.
What if the horse had 2 balls?
Maybe.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, this show's gonna be crazy, man. I'm just looking forward to just interacting with you, the audience, here on 4 Balls, 2 Bats with Core and I'm Public Announcement. So another thing I would like to discuss on this show is relationship topics, man. A lot of us, we have a different mindset when it comes to relationships. So one of the things I always want to talk about, Core, is when it comes to relationships, right? Who is right or wrong in a relationship? Is it the female or is it the male?
Well, that's a tough one. I know sometimes you just have to take that L. Even though she's wrong, but sometimes, you have to pick and choose your battles. If it's something that's minor, obviously you don't want to sit there and fight over it. But I think it all depends on what it's about and who's involved, because sometimes both parties may be wrong. Sometimes both parties are right and have valid points, but they just can't meet in the middle. It's like one likes bananas, the other one likes cucumbers, so. Yo,
I'm tired of taking L's, man. You know what I'm saying? I think I need to go back to where I was just dolo so I could take my own L's. I can not even worry about having to deal with anybody else. But, shout out to all those who are in a relationship. Shout out to all those who are doing big things. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on Spreaker. Shout out to the world, man. Because, listen, this is one thing about Boston Unmuted Radio. We tap into the world. So all my listeners in Barbados, all the listeners in the UK, all the listeners around, man, just big shout outs. I want to give a big shout out to my man DJ Blacks as well, because he does a midday mix every week. And he's doing his thing: hip hop, reggae, soca, old school, new school, world school, everything. Hey, does anybody want to shout out, Core?
No, not really, because I don't really care about nobody. I'll just shout out myself, me, myself, and I. No, I just want to just shout out to everybody. Everyone who gets up every day, who lives a positive life, tries to live stress-free, and just kind of goes through the daily grind. A lot of people, just sometimes can't take it anymore and can't deal with what's going on. But, you just have to just keep the faith, stay positive. And, if you got to indulge in a little bit of spiritual food as well, you got to do that too. But, just shout out to people who just pretty much maintain themselves every day and just, do what they need to do to survive and get where they need to get.
So when you talk about spiritual food, what is your spiritual food, Corey?
Chitlins.
Chitlins, all right. So I know you love that pork, huh?
The chitlins, yeah.
All right. So it's funny that you talk about that, man. One of the things I'm learning as I get older is giving myself enough time. When I give myself enough time, I don't get as stressed. I don't have to feel like I'm rushed. I don't feel in any way that it's gonna be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very thankful for that.
I agree. I mean, there are a lot of people who live their lives, ripping and running every single day. I know I've been accused of doing the same thing. I've been told by people like, yo, you just chill out, just relax, like stop ripping and running, stop moving about, just, give yourself time for you, because, life is short. And it's crazy because I sit back and think like, damn, we're already in May, so we're pretty much almost halfway through the year. And as far as this month, we're already halfway through the month, and you just sit there and ask. As a matter of fact, I remember back in September, I was kind of, reminiscing and thinking. I said, wow, 20 years ago, I started my freshman year in college. And I just sit back and say to myself, damn, where did all the time go? 20 years. Like, just think about how different the world was 20 years ago, public. Just think about it.
Well, I don't know, man, because I wasn't around when you was around. So, you're ancient to me, man. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I apologize for trying to cover up our age when you sitting there hitting 50. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm immortal, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't get older. I just see the days just pass by. But it's crazy because, a lot has changed over the past couple of years, man. And one thing I do regret, and I don't like to live my life in regrets, but one thing I can say about life is I didn't really take the time out to really enjoy it,
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I'm doing now, Corey, really and truly, man. I've decided to really take and make time to really enjoy the days.
No, you're right. You're right because, again, life is short. And, a lot of times people don't stop and think, wow, what's going on? Where have I been? How come I haven't given any time to myself? Because, if you think about it, that's how a lot of us get trapped up in things. And that's how a lot of us even get sick, because you're so busy running and running and running and you don't give yourself time for your own body. A lot of us, we don't sleep as much as we should. We don't eat as well as we should. We don't take care of our bodies, especially those in the black community. I mean, I know I made the joke about chitlins earlier, but it's true. I mean, a lot of us, we don't take care of ourselves. And I think that as we get older, that's something that's more important and something that's more of a priority.
Well, one of the most important things, I think, in terms of spiritual health is understanding who you are, focusing on your dreams, not nobody else's dreams, and also realizing that life is special, man. It's so beautiful because one thing I always say, and please, Facebook listeners, Twitter, Spreaker listeners, remember this. There was a lot of people that did not wake up this morning, and they had plans for today.
That's
so the
very
fact
true.
that you have the opportunity to wake up and you have the opportunity to do your plans and get those accomplished, man, listen, appreciate that, love that. And those who are your friends, those who are your enemies, those who are people that you don't like or you do like, you know what, man, kill them with kindness or don't say nothing to them. You dig?
I'm going to piggyback off that too. And I tell people all the time, and something that my mother always tells me a lot. She always tells me to count my blessings. And sometimes, that's such a cliche term, count your blessings. But then when you really sit there and think, a lot of us as a whole are blessed. The mere fact that we can get up in the morning, like you just mentioned, the mere fact we can do basic things that a lot of people can't do. Like we can get up in the morning, we can shower, get dressed, we can eat. We're waking up in a bed, whether it's in your own house, your own apartment, whatever the case is, but you're in a secure dwelling. And a lot of us, we tend to lose sight of that. A lot of us sit there and complain about our jobs. Oh, I hate my job. I don't make enough money. Or I hate the people on my job. But then if you think about it, you have some source of income. There are a lot of people out there